Hi, Erica. Thank you very much for sharing some insights of us working together. Would you like to just kick off and introduce yourself?
Yep, so my name's Erica Johnson and I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager at Aircon Group.
Oh, great. Thank you. So we've been working together for about 5 months, 4 months, 5 months. So it'd be good to get some thoughts from you on what challenges or issues were you facing before we started working together?
Yeah, so at the Aircon Group, in the past, they've used very traditional kind of sales. And I just felt like we needed to pull everything together and we needed to modernise the sales team. The other thing is that with a £5 million turnover business, there's only 2 of us in sales. So whatever we do has to be really efficient in a more modern way, I think, to move us forward.
And I know you and Ross, you're exceptionally busy. So can I just ask you why you chose to work with RJEN and me, maybe over any other competitors?
Yeah, so I think I was trawling LinkedIn one day, as we do, get stuck in the black hole of LinkedIn. And then I saw that you were running a webinar and the title stuck out to me. So we'd just been given a really large target for financial target for the following year. And I was thinking, how on earth are we going to do this if we don't make some changes? We're going to have to make some changes. And the title just jumped out in terms of this would answer all of my problems. So this absolutely resonated. I loved the webinar. It was great that you weren't just talking to us, that we could have a conversation at the same time. That a lot of the points resonated. There was a lot of things that I learned that I thought, oh gosh, we need to be doing that to bring us kind of up to date. So following that, then I think we had some more conversations to kind of explore the opportunities and see where it could take us.
And I think that was a great thing, Eric, because you're very open to sharing the challenges that you faced in the business. And I think because you did that, we were able to kind of come up with a workshop together, which was step one, wasn't it? You got your team together and we had this full day workshop. And you brought operational people together and senior leaders in the business, including the MD.
Yeah.
And that was our kickoff session. So what do you think was the value in that kickoff session?
Oh, the value. It was just amazing, to be honest. I think it's changing people's mindset of sales. So it's about kind of everybody coming together. And I think when you're in the office, you don't get the time, or you don't put the time into it. Whereas when you take everybody out of the office, then we open people's eyes to what sales do. We got them thinking about their departments and to kind of form that sales process and look at all those interlinks that join us together as a business. And as soon as we got back to the office the next day, people were using that language. They were, questioning the customers. Does this fit the plan? Doesn't it fit the plan? Coming to us with ideas. We talked about we're going to do this. Well, why don't we get in touch with X, Y, and Z and move it forward? And there was definitely more buy-in from the team as a whole because they know what you're doing. They know the purpose. They understand the sales more and how it kind of reflects on their department.
Yeah, I think those are great points. You've got the buy-in, common language, clear overall sort of strategy about where the business is heading, and challenging questioning from the team. And that buy-in is so important, isn't it? Because I often say, if you want to grow revenue, it's not just dependent on sales. Okay, sales is an important part of that, but you need everybody in the business to be brought into it, to understand what you're trying to achieve, their role, because if operations aren't delivering a fantastic client experience, that can damage reputation and that stops you winning new opportunities potentially.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Totally. So everybody's got to work off the same hymn sheet, to the same values, to the same goals.
I really loved how you have taken that broader perspective, and that was so evident from the very first conversation we had, recognising, to grow the business and hit that big goal, it needed everybody to be involved in it.
Yeah.
So how satisfied have you been with us working together?
Oh, really satisfied. Yeah. Absolutely love it. I think taking time out every single week to have a session with you to focus on the sales, I think upskilling, it's given Ross the opportunity, so it's supported him. Far more organised, and at the end of the day we've got to report back to you to say that we've done it, so we're holding each other accountable all the time. So that for me has been absolutely massive. And then I think as well it's having the action plan, so we know what we need to do to make sure that we've then done what's required of us, ready for the next meeting.
Yeah, that's great to hear, Erica. One of the things we've been focusing on is maybe winning some bigger opportunities and going through the V.I.T.A.L methodology to create the vision and lead with insights. How have you found that, and what has your approach been different as a result of learning that methodology?
So, as a business development person, and I think I've got over 20 years experience. However, by doing the V.I.T.A.L methodology, we took it to another level. The other thing that we've also done is we've used the V.I.T.A.L method process on some of our existing customers. It's worked as a reflection piece of the existing business, but then it's also supported us in terms of winning new business.
It's helping you to redefine your plans and your direction for the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I think the other thing as well is I'm just about to write a new marketing plan, but now we've done that deeper dive into sectors, I think we're going to communicate with them differently. So look at how we can add more value.
You've shared some very exciting developments with me around spending time in a particular sector that you want to target and learning about that sector. I know you came away from that with really new, fresh insights that have helped you to adapt your sales and marketing strategy as a result.
Yeah.
And so this is something that's been hugely valuable to you.
Yeah. We were just struggling, weren't we, to open those doors.
Okay, Erica, so the acid test always is, what have the results been by us working together? What outcomes have you achieved so far?
So the outcomes, just, I think, amazing. I think I'm still amazed by what we've achieved. So, for example, without kind of talking about the monetary value and one thing and another, I'll explain that there is a business on the high street. It's a popular business that loads of people know about and have heard about, but they've just been bought out by this huge kind of global company, and we didn't think that we would ever be able to get a foot in their door. So by doing all of the research, getting a better understanding for the business, and then going and doing some drop-ins, some visits, making them more aware of us from the smaller kind of operational perspective, then we've managed to be able to build a relationship, get a foot in the door. The managing director's been and done a site visit with one of our senior engineers. Our contracts manager has then been into another factory to do another site visit. And next week we've got 2 senior engineers going to 4 of the stores on the high street to do condition reporting, look at the wear and tear of the equipment that's there, and then to be able to quote them for taking the contract on. So yeah, for us, I think we've kind of amazed ourselves in terms of what we can achieve.
I think the point here is that we dived into that company, we understood them, we understood more about the company that they were now owned by, and we did that deep dive, and you went out there and spoke to key people, influencers, stakeholders. You've got your whole team involved. You're building that relationship, and that is what it takes. So as we come to a close, what do you think sets apart the V.I.T.A.L approach compared to other approaches?
I meet with quite a lot of business development managers locally. We often meet up for coffee, have a chat, see how the market's going. And more recently, it's probably been quite tough. But one thing that really stands out is they're not doing the research. So for the V.I.T.A.L method, you won't face the barriers if you've got the knowledge about the customers that you want to work with. So that's something now that when people come to me and say, I'm really struggling as a business development manager, I'm really struggling, what shall I do? Then I absolutely know why they're struggling. But I can't tell them over a cup of coffee how to mend it.
No, it's been more than a cup of coffee, absolutely.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could just finish off with one final question. Would you recommend to other people the V.I.T.A.L methodology, working with me, and why would you recommend, if you would?
Well, yes, I would certainly recommend it. Certainly recommend it. Certainly recommend working with you. I think it's just the rapport that we built up and the relationship, but also that understanding. It's like you've been there, you've done it, you've got the t-shirt, you understand what we're going through. So that really helps compared to if you get a trainer that, you know, they don't have that full understanding. You can almost tell the difference. Well, you can tell the difference. So yes, definitely recommend you. Definitely recommend the V.I.T.A.L methods. And I think if I could organise a workshop and get 10 business development people there, even if we all work in different industries, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that it's that strategic model that you're building and that you're learning about. And that's what's going to help people move forward.
Well, thank you very much, Erica. That's a great idea, by the way.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Fantastic.